Right then, I'm going to attempt some yeast harvesting. I'm going to do a wit beer this weekend, Hoegaarden type clone. So I've decided to try and harvest some yeast from 3 of these large 75 cl bottles, which I've left the yeast sitting in the bottom of them with a bit of beer. So I'll just lower the camera, you don't need to see my face, and I'll just show you how I'm doing it. Right then, so I've got 100 mils of water. This has been star sand, but it's kind of an irrelevance because I'm going to be bringing this to a full boil anyway. So I've got it in my conical flask, but you know, for sure you can just do this in a pan. You don't need to have one of these. I'm only doing this because, you know, they can suffer the heat and cold, and I can just put it then straight onto my stir plate. So I won't bore you. I'll come back to you when this is boiled and tell you where I'm going next. Right then, this has been at a good rolling boil for sort of coming on 10 minutes, so that's quite enough. And now I'm going to attempt to add 100 grams of DME, which is always a bit of a pain. I'm trying to add it with a funnel because it clumps up, but let's give it a go. Let's just let the steam die down for a minute. Right, here goes nothing. Well, that was far more difficult than I anticipated. I knew it was going to be a bit of a pain because this stuff is a bit of a bugger, so I would suggest that you do this in a pan. It's much easier, and then tip it into whatever you want to ferment in, because that was very difficult. I ended up basically having to run some boiling water through the funnel just to get rid of it. So there you go, we live and learn. So it does unfortunately mean that I've brought the level of the wort right up. So I'm just going to let this come to the boil just for a few minutes, just to kill off any nasties with the piddling about in between. And once that's done, I need to stick it into an ice bath and get it cooled down, ready to pitch the yeast into. So come back to you shortly. Right then, so that's come to a boil. Now I know these can take heat and cold. The question is, can they stand going from hot to cold? I'll soon find out. I don't think the ice bath is big enough. That's soon going to melt. So bear with. Let's not forget, this is the hapless way of doing it. Right, well, as you can see, I had to trade up my water bath. It just wasn't big enough. It wasn't cutting it. But we're down to temperature now. So I'll get this out of here, get cleaned up, and on to the next stage. Right, job's a good one. So, got me Hoegaarden bottles. Keep everything properly sanitised. Just give these a good stir, just to rouse up any of the yeast. And go. Probably not enough beer left in that, but final one. So there you go. Hopefully there's enough yeast in there. There's 3 bottles, 75 cl ones, so I'm hoping there was enough yeast in there. So I'm going to put a lid on. I haven't got a bung big enough for this, so I can put an airlock on. So I'm just going to loosely put over some sanitised some foil. And I'll be back with you soon. So, there we go. In the fermentation fridge, on the stir plate, spinning away. So, that's how the hapless ginger brewer harvests yeast from commercial beers. So, let's keep an eye on it. I'm slightly concerned that there wasn't enough yeast in there. And I'm also slightly concerned that the ratio of DME and water was a bit too much water, not enough DME. But hey ho, first attempt, let's see how we get on. I'll keep checking on it every day, and hopefully my stir plate doesn't blow up. Well, there's certainly some activity in there now. This is Friday morning, and I did this on Wednesday evening, so I actually did drop in a bit of yeast nutrient yesterday, and actually this morning we had a bit of a blowout, but yeah, it's ticking along nicely, so I'm reasonably confident this is doing the trick.